Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, AmusedJester. My name is Junior, and today we're going to be reviewing 3 3/4 the vintage collection from The Empire Strikes Back. This is General Veers and Poggle the Lesser. So let's take a look at General Veers first. Packaging and everything. Yeah, it's kind of bent and everything. I'm okay. I'm not gonna have a heart attack because I'm not really a collector of the card backs. Well, I actually collect card backs, but not in that serious way. More of a landmark of the purchases that I made. But let me go ahead and take it off of packaging, and I'll tell you a little bit of a story on this one as we review it. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so there they are out of packaging, and just like what I'm doing with my current reviews, let's check out and see how much this costs us a figure. It's 20 bucks. And the reason why I'm putting out this money is just so that we're reminded exactly how much we pay for this. I mean, when we pay for this with credit cards, it's such it's almost like a conceptual cost now, because it's just click, 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 that sometimes we forget that there's money that actually exists behind this. Then money that we kind of work for, you know. So here it is, 20 bucks per figure. And yes, 20 bucks is really kind of high for these type of sized figures. And I've told myself I'm going to limit the amount of figures that I want to buy for 20 bucks. Now for General Veers, 20 bucks is not really a factor for me, because I really wanted this figure. And we'll take a look and everything. Look at that. That guy, that is a 3 3/4 sized figure, my friends. And here's my fingernail to prove the point. But look at the detail and paint application of that one. It's not just on the eyelids, not just on the eyes, not just on the lips, but on the general features on the face as well, below the eyelids and everything. You can see paint applied on that one. Now, this is an absolute upgrade for the General Veers that I have. Here's his gun. We're going to put it over here. So, is 20 bucks worth this one for what I wanted? Yes. It's painful, but yes, it's an actual character. It's not a stormtrooper. It's not a build trooper like these guys. So I'm willing to pay for it. Plus, he has that iconic scene in Empire Strikes Back when he talks to Vader and it's like about to attack the Echo base. Oh, and here's some detail. So I really do love the details. It's like small paint application, but it matters, man. It really does matter. And this is the updated articulation. So you have that range. Oh, let me pull this off so it doesn't get lost. That one. But the thing of it is, you have a slit over here so you can kind of move it. Ball pegs on a joint. You have 90 degrees on the knee, which is a single bend, and up and down on the ankle. Basically, this is an updated articulation. So this is a tier 2 character because he's a side character of General Veers, even though he has an iconic one, and level 1 figure, the action figure, articulation, and everything that I wanted. So is it worth it? Because I really wanted him, I really wanted an upgrade, and I do believe that the quality of this thing is really, really good. Then having it in hand, if you want to upgrade your General Veers, definitely you need to get it, even though it's $20. I know it's really, really painful, at least at this point. At least it is for me, to be spending $20 on a figure on this one. That's why you just have to pick your battles at this point. You cannot, unless you really don't have any budget constraints, then you're going to be buying all this stuff. Then, hey, good for you, but I can't. I just can't do that. I have so many other interests that I want to purchase that this 20 bucks is only 20 bucks, but it can go someplace else when it comes to paying 20 bucks per TVC figure. In this case, this is worth it. This is Poggle the Lesser. So I'm not as familiar or I don't have any figures, I believe, of this race yet. So, but I wasn't sure if I wanted it. I'm glad that I did. I would like to get more representation of his race in my collection, because I mean they were prominent in the movies. Man, look at that. That is really good, right? It's like it's easy to neglect what kind of quality is in here if you're not really that interested in the character, which I'm not. This is for like, this is a tier 3 character for me, but again, or level tier 3, level 3, it's one of those. But the character is always the character, and then the other one's the figures. That's the one that deals with articulation. So this is a tier 3 character, level 3, level 1 articulation figure. Really good translucent wings and everything. So this one, initially I did not want to get this one. Oh, let's look at the articulation of this one. So it's got an articulation here at the knee and nothing here. You have articulation at the ankle, but it's got a cut that you can slide it, but I don't think that's an actual swivel. So really good articulation and everything. It's my first one of this race, so $20 is good. I was willing to pay for that. But here's the kicker. This is one of my mistakes where I completely did not put this down on my list of my pre-order, so I ended up double purchasing this. I got a set from Amazon and I got a set from Hasbro Pulse. It's good. They were good individually, but getting a set for them is not necessarily what I was aiming for. But I guess luckily, the good thing is you can display Captain Veers 2 ways. And technically, Poggle the Lesser is an insect alien, which I have no recollection in terms of, or I'm not as picky as to the details and everything. I could remove the staff on the other one and he won't be Poggle the Lesser anymore. So in that sense, you just gotta make it all make sense at this point, because it was my mistake and everything. But I think this is a really good figure too. And like I said, I do want more of his race, because they were prominent in Attack of the Clones. So yeah. But I mean, like, I really don't mind. I love TVC and everything. It's just they're getting way up there in the price, and I just can't follow the collection that way. Plus, I have so many collections going on right now. It seems to be like, and then of course this, I can't remember how much I got this for. I believe I got these. I got 5 of them for like $12. I'm not sure, but at the same time, look at what I'm doing now, guys. This is Battlestar Galactica, and this is actually meant to be a 5-point articulation, but I just went ahead and attached them all together and printed it as one piece, because I knew that this was going to be just a background character anyway, and I made it to make sure that it's like it scales with TVC. So once I paint this up, I actually made 20. I'll probably put it in my Star Wars collection as well, so I'll have them share that same universe. Yeah, but if like, and I've printed a bunch of these figures too, stormtroopers that I haven't even painted, but it's nice to have maybe 5 or 10 of these that are articulated, and then if I really want to populate like a whole trooper just standing still in an army wise, then I'll just print the rest of them, and I'll never be able to tell. In fact, I'm getting to the point that it might be nice to get like 1 or 2 of these that I can articulate, and then the rest I will just print. Unfortunately, it's just much cheaper for me to print this than having to pay $20 a figure. I'm just like, I'm telling you guys, 3D printing has revolutionized my collecting things, my collecting agenda. It saved me. I think it's kind of one of the other factors that's making me hesitate or not as excited to buy more stuff, because not only Is it more expensive? But I see different options for me as in printing it, and then I get to enjoy painting it up. Yeah, I guess it's an added hassle to paint and everything, but it's never, ever going to be as good as this guy. Never, ever. That's why with individual figures, I'll still fall back to TVC and just purchase it. And don't guilt trip me in saying like if you keep doing that, the industry is going to close down. If it closes down, it closes down. It's just a hobby. I'm not going to be spending hundreds and thousands of dollars of my money just to keep an industry alive. This is just a hobby for me. It's a collection for me. Right now, it's giving me pleasure to buy these and play with them. But I'm definitely not going to be guilt tripped in saying like, if you're just going to 3D print it, the industry is going to close down eventually. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say this. If it closes, it closes. It's no big deal. They're just toys. They're just action figures. You know what I mean? There are a lot of things in my life that are more important to me, that would worry me more seizing than a company toy line that's making billions of money off of us. So as it is, these two are good. I think they're worth $20. The upgrade is so much better. The paint articulation, the paint application is amazing for these, and it's still worth $20. Is it gonna be worth more than $20? God no. I am not gonna move any more higher to $20. All those deluxe figures that they have for $30, you know what I said? That's ridiculous, guys. I'm not gonna pay for anything like that. Even the ATRT with the Mandos, I'm not gonna pay anything for what is it, like $80 for that? That's crazy. No, $80. Either I buy that, the ATRT with a Mando for $80, or I buy a Thor from Mezco for $100. You know what I mean? I am going to be buying the Christopher Reeve in art figure, the 2-pack, but you can get the single pack for $260 or the 2-pack for $530. And you're telling me that an ATRT 3/4 with a Mandalorian figure is worth almost what, 30% of one Christopher Reeve Superman from in art? That's crazy. Or 25%. That's crazy. There's no way that even equalizes in my mind. So yeah, that's just the way it is for me though. So it's up to you guys whether to, you have to think for yourself. This is just my opinion, and my opinion is largely dependent on my own situation financially, and in my situation in my collecting history. My collection is near complete. It really is. I have so much stuff in my collection that if I feel bad missing a few things, I could literally look past this table, and right in front of me would be something that looks like this or that. It is. I will not feel bad about losing a few things when I'm looking, like when I look past what I'm reviewing, and right in front of me is like hundreds or thousands of figures that I've already collected. But you guys might be in a different financial situation. Your journey in your collecting would be completely different than mine. So this would be worth more for you, or you could be even more ahead of me in terms of collection, and this would be worth less for you. Either way, it really is in your collection, and this is just my opinion of where I am in my collection and everything. But I hope that helps, and thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next review. Bye.